Previously on our Next Order playthrough, we recently kicked off our adventures with Alex and Finn, our two starting hombres who would go on to help us find our feet in the digital world once again. Although they were small and admittedly feeble at first, these little squids would soon grow up into two formidable foes, and before long we were already laying the foundations of our journey to Arse Kikeri. We zipped around Nye Plains, the Server Desert and a bit of Mod Cape, extorting and blackmailing our friendly neighbourhood Digis until they finally agreed to return and help us rebuild the current landfilled site that is Floatia. Having collected Tentomon, Renamon, Seedramon, Greymon and Birdramon, to name but a few, we then looked further afield to our next goal of world domination. To saving the digital world. Along the way we meet a bunch of other humans, which at first we are really relieved about, but then we quickly come to the dawning realisation that these plebs are absolutely clueless and that we're pretty much going to be 1v9 in the whole game. Luckily for us though, Jijimon finally decides to make himself useful and teams up with some old geezer by the name of Taomon, who, despite his lack of personal hygiene, is supposedly pretty clever. Jijimon and the Volcano Cat put their two ancient brains together and somehow managed to build a Machinedramon detector. At present, nobody really knows anything about this mad contraption other than the fact that when it pings, bad shit goes down. Because we are straight fire, balling out of control Digi-veterans, when we do finally encounter our first Machinedramon fight out in the world, we naturally put the big metal bastard in his place and introduce his jaw to the floor. That being said, it is not our easiest fight ever, and in the post-battle war council it becomes incredibly clear that we need to become much stronger, and quickly. Luckily it is a fresh day, and in with the new horizon, we now have our opportunity with the rebirth of our two latest Digis, Joe and Sam. With the digital world falling into even more disarray, the race is on, to finding new residents, to encountering new allies, to beating more Machinedramon, and, most importantly, to achieving our first jump to Mega level. We need you, so come with us, because our next leg of the journey starts right now. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to our Digimon Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed that mini kind of small short intro where we kind of look back on some of the last few parts of the series. We are quite a few episodes in at this point and I hope that you guys are enjoying the ride. There is a couple of things that we're going to have a look back at and reflect upon very quickly before we kick off this episode, but I think that a lot of good stuff awaits, so let's just get into it. In the last episode, which was a filler episode, we said goodbye, rather, and saw the end of an era in Finn and Alex. And now we have Joe and Sam, as we were just, as I mentioned in the little kind of intro bit. Now, there's a couple of things that we need to pay attention to. First of all, we can look at Joe and address the fact that he is a Gummimon, and Sam is also a Tokumon. So, a kind of interesting balance here. Tokumon's stamina is the highest stat, which is kind of interesting, and his HP, so for some reason Tokumon has become a natural tank. I don't know if he will pursue that as we go in the series or whatever, but anyways, moving on. And then Joe, on the other hand, has a very high strength stat in comparison to all his others. Now these guys are very tiddlery, they are still in training. We're probably going to kick them off a little bit by grinding them in the gym. I don't know if it's a good idea to take them out into the field as in training Digimon. Even against the Goblimon level 1, I'm not sure how strong or how well they would get on. That's maybe something I should test at some point, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we're going to do it with these guys anyway, but obviously their attack skills will be back to the weak moves. Because these guys are babies, they can only do the base move, which is foam. That's one of the reasons why I don't think they would be able to handle a fight in the outside world, because their damage is so minute that the fights would just last forever and it would suck. But anyways, one last thing to consider is that now our Digimon bond has went back down almost. It's almost refreshed. The bond between us and our two Digis are around about 51, 53, as you guys can see on the right, and the bond between these guys has went back down as well. So there is a lot of work to be done with these guys, but I am confident that they'll be pretty strong in no time at all. I think we've actually gathered our meat for the day. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to do other than train these guys off. Now, we haven't imprinted their favourite food on them just yet. Can we actually upgrade any of our stuff before we start using this? HP training upgrade is 10,000 and it's the only one we have available to us. So yeah, if we had a spare 10k, then we could make sure that our HP gains were a little bit better. But at the same time, yeah, anyways. Here's Togemon. We've never actually spoken to Togemon in the gym before, normally because we weren't in the gym with Alex and Finn too much, but here he is. During the day, Togemon will be here, and at night, Koagamon will replace him. But here he is. Go out at night, but if you see me during the day, I'll give you a treat. So here he is. And he gives us a carrot, which again is one of the strength boosting items we can feed to our Digis. Now, I am scared about feeding those to our Digimon just now, because we might imprint the carrot on them, and then that would be a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, because we would only have one of those a day to feed. Don't know if that would be a good idea, probably not. So for the time being, let's just go back to training. We will not be doing this for a long time. These guys digivolve very, very quickly. Probably today at some point. So let's just get on with it. HP training, I think, for Joe, and then for Sam, what do we want you to be doing? Maybe a bit of strength training, maybe a bit of MP. Let's put Sam on the MP training, and then we can train up his strength afterwards. Again, just keeping these guys as fit and as flexible as possible, so that when we do digivolve, when we do go into training, we can actually survive the battles a little bit. Now, we did do a bit of training before the end of this, or before the end of the last episode, I guess, so that's why our dudes are tired. I think what we could do is probably start organising our Digivolve. Oh, I was going to say, never mind. It looks like Joe is already on his way to rookie mode. Now, I don't think that we are going to hit a Galgamon here. It's probably going to be Hagurumon or Clearagamon. It is actually Clearagamon. Is that Toyagamon? It's a Clearagamon. It looks like a Toyagamon. But anyways, so Joe was a little bit ahead of Sam in terms of his training. I wanted to try and kind of sort these guys into a Digivolution that I wanted, but right now, in our current state and in our current point in the game, we can't actually like root Digivolution options off, which may or may not be an ability that we will come to at some point in the series. We could have probably aimed for Joe to be we probably could have aimed for Joe to go into one of the other rookies if I'd been paying more attention, but you know, it's okay for us to kind of float into random Digivolutions as well. I'm actually kind of happy to do that, because I think it makes things a little bit more fun when you don't know what you're going to get. But anyways, so we have Joe as Clearagamon. Wouldn't have been my favourite rookie of choice, but you know, we're going to go with it. He's actually our first holy Digimon of the series, which means he will have some holy moves available to him, I guess, for, you know, to state the obvious. Togemon, now we do actually have a chance with Sam and Togemon. Maybe we can actually choose who it is that we want to go into. And kind of aim towards those stats, because right now it looks like he's going to be become a Sukimon. If we could avoid that, I would probably prefer it. But yeah, so it looks like for I was talking in the last episode about how I was confused about why we could see the Digivolution options of some things, but I think it's just when you're going into rookie mode. Okay, so for the time being, we can see all of Sam's Digivolution options, but obviously we can't for Joe because he's a step ahead. But anyways, now I don't really want a Sukimon, but if we're not careful and we don't act fast enough, then we might end up with him anyway. Now, if we can get our wisdom up to 300, that will also put us in a spot to Digivolve into Patamon. I don't think we want to go into Biyomon, because we had a Bird Digimon and a Wind Digimon in the last episode, or in the last part of the series, because we had obviously Saberdramon. So I think we should go for Patamon. Now, Patamon obviously goes into like the Angemon line and stuff, which is also like a holy Digimon. Now, because we have Toyagamon, I don't know if that's going to clash, but for now, I think we could try and aim for Patamon over some of the other ones. Hackmon would obviously be cool, but look at the stats that are required for this, and Lucemon is absolutely out of the question at this stage of the playthrough. Lucemon is very, very powerful, probably the most powerful rookie, because of the stats that you need to get him. But yeah. Okay, so I think that we should aim for Patamon. Don't know if we can manage it, but we need 300 wisdom. I've done tons of talking this episode already, so let's actually just try and work towards this. Now, we will get a boost on Sam's training here, so we're not going to be too sad. I'm just wondering if we want to move Joe here. Yeah, we're not too sad about the gap in Digivolution right now, like the difference in rank, because it means that it will help us get towards that 300 stat that we need. So Sam, yeah, you get 25 points. Are we going to get to 200 wisdom? I am not sure. I'm pretty sure Sam is going to Digivolve very, very soon. If he's not going to do it in the next training session, then I don't know. We'll see. I think we might be ending up with the purple Patamon, not the regular one. Let's see here. We don't Digivolve just yet, but we do need to go to sleep because these guys are small chilled follettas, for want of a better word. Let's just put them to sleep because that's what they want to do, and maintaining a proper schedule right now is important for the growth of these Digis. I think we're going to see a Digivolution here. We do indeed. And yeah, okay, interesting. It looks like we are well, let's just let the devotion play out itself, and yeah, we'll talk about it after it happens. So here we go, as expected, the purple Patamon, Tsukimon. Cute. Cute and cuddly. Yeah, actually kind of looks like Batman in a way. But anyways, so here's our two rookies. We have Sam and Joe. Not what I would have traditionally went for, but at the same time, you know, we'll just embrace these guys. Joe is looking particularly happy in his picture, and Sam, well, Sam looks like he's Sam. So for the time being, I think we're good to go out and start exploring. Now, if I look at some of our items, we do have only 7 recoveries, which is a problem, and we have only 2 MP discs as well. So I'm wondering if we should go straight out into the world and try and fight people, or if we should play it safe. I think what I'll actually do, guys, is nip down to the shop and buy some items, and when we come back, we will decide what it is that we want to do. So sit tight, and I'll catch you guys back up in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back. Check this out. Now, in the last episode, one thing that we actually did, you know, in our filler ep, we actually upgraded the item bank inside our city, and this small cinematic that we're now getting is a result of that. So the business district facilities have gained a grade, and look at this. If we actually wander along the street now and have a peek at some of these guys, we will realise very quickly that Tentomon and Greymon are no longer standing out on the street. They actually have their very own building. So let's actually go in and have a look. We've got Tentomon behind the counter looking extremely good, and Greymon is now over here with his tent building facilities, I guess. Excuse me. Let's actually talk to Tentomon, our little bug friend, and chat to this guy. Now, I was going to gather some items off screen by myself, but I mean, this is really cool, and I wanted you guys to see it because it's absolutely an important development. So here we have a couple of things, not much that we can actually sell in order to make money. It might be the case that we go fishing. I think we're going to sell our Sakura bird radishes and probably this obscure onion just to try and gather as much funds as we can. Obviously, we have our orange banana, which we grabbed earlier on for the free money, which is great. And we have a bunch of other stuff as well. I mean, this like oily fruit, baby strawberry we can sell right now. I mean, we could hang on to those because they can come in handy later. But for the time being, I don't think we're going to need most of this stuff. Definitely not a rotten meat for the time being. Okay, so it doesn't leave us with a lot of food options, guys, but that's something we need to think about. What I do want to do now is actually buy some things, because as always, if we have a couple of items handy, we should be able to go out and train in the world. I got excited there because I've just realised that we have medium recoveries. Thank the heavens. Alright, awesome. So, obviously we're not going to be training in the city, we're going to be training out in the world, and in order to do that, we obviously need as much HP as we can carry. So, we now have medium recoveries. Now, unfortunately, we have gained this a little bit too late, because these would have been fantastic when we had our ultimate and champion Digimon, but now we're back to rookies. It's likely we will probably just be using small recoveries, but you never know. Later on in the series, it's fantastic that we have both medium recovery and medium MP discs. I mean, the difference is literally times by 3, so yeah, for every 1 recovery disc, for every 3 recovery discs, we only have to throw 1 medium recovery, which is a massive time saver. It means we can always focus on the battle a lot more and actually pay attention. Now, regen discs, if we are going to be taking these 2 out into the world and, you know, obviously fighting against other randos, then we want to be testing our strength, and we're going to get a massive kind of surprise, and sometimes when we walk into a battle that we think we can fight and we can't, so having regen discs there handy is very important. In fact, let's actually buy another 10 recovery discs. We'll buy a bunch more MP discs. Maybe I could have actually done that a little bit better. I should have actually took more MP discs, but it doesn't matter. If we run out of MP, we can always come back and collect stuff back at the city. We can come and rest and things like that, and then if we need to train, we can also do that. So here we have it, guys. Our Digimon are not very pleased at the moment, okay, because when we fed them earlier, meat was not their favourite option. I have always assumed that when you feed these guys, you imprint something onto them. Like, I keep saying this, like, oh, we want to feed them meat so we can imprint meat. And honestly, I've always assumed that that's the way things are, but I could be wrong. There is one way that we can find out, and that is to go through here and speak to Wormon, because he is obviously the food master. And we're never ever going to talk to this guy normally anyway, so let's speak to him just now and see if he's got anything to say. Oh, you came to ask about preferences. Okay, let me see here. Sam's preference is drink. And Sam's favourite, it looks like they don't have one yet, so yeah, I'm absolutely correct. Joe's preference is a vegetable, okay? And they don't have a favourite either. So that's good to know. So it means that if we have mushrooms, we should be feeding that to Sam. And it looks like the other one, Joe, it looks like he prefers juice or drinks. I don't know. We don't have a lot of fucking drinks handy. We've got one drink item in the bank, which is our, you know, the thing we bought in the Logic Volcano, but there is absolutely no way we're relying on that to feed this guy. Now, I think if you feed your Digimon the things that they prefer, obviously they get a happiness boost. I'm not sure what else they get, maybe like a bond boost or something. I'm not entirely sure. We can explore that as we play through the game, because that's honestly something I haven't paid much attention to, but we'll come to that later. For the time being, we know that we can actually imprint something onto our Digi, so we'll probably do meat for these guys. Maybe we will do mushrooms for Sam if we have enough. I don't know, or Joe, or whoever it was that wanted the mushrooms. Here we have level 1 Goblimon. Now, I was unsure about how hard this guy was going to be to fight against, but it looks to me like he's running away. Let's tango with this guy and see how difficult this fight really is, because I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought we might find this a little bit tougher, but it looks like we're absolutely going to smash this, so let's find out. Remember the first time we came out here and fought against this Goblimon? Oh wow, so actually Light Soul is Toyoagamon's move, which is very, very nice. This guy's doing absolutely no damage to us. It feels nice to be the big party for once and actually be able to focus in these fights as well. You know, I'm not constantly in and out the recovery item box over and over, so it's nice. Now what I'm going to do is, as soon as these guys go in for the attack here, I was going to set them up for a reset, but it looks like they just demolish it anyway. Now here we go. We get almost little to no stats against this Goblimon, which means that we are obviously way above being able to fight these guys, and so we're not going to waste our time here any longer. Let's move across to the other side of the stream where we will find a level 2 Goblimon, and do you know what, guys, if he backs away from us as well, I think we're going to ignore him too. Let's find out. It looks like he is. Okay, yeah. So level 2 Goblimon, level 1 Goblimon, going to give us 0 stats whatsoever. Let's head across into the power plant and fight against the level 5s, because the first time around when we played through, when we had our champions and Alex and Finn, we didn't have enough stats to even be able to tangle with these guys. So it'll be interesting to see how our brand new, fresh out the box rookies actually do against some of these guys. Now, I am confident enough that I want to fight 2 at once, but I'm pretty sure, despite the fact that these guys are marked as red, we should be able to tangle with this guy. Let's find out how we get on. Again, we have tons of recovery items, so if all goes awry, we should be able to bail out our guys, but I will be focusing, trying to get as much power-ups as I can. Right there, it looks like Joe is just out of range. Here we go. Can we get a boost here? We don't. Now, that move right there that Goblimon used is the only thing that we really need to be worried about, I think. The spin attack. We actually have that in our movesets ourselves. It is just random if he decides to use that on us sooner rather than later. So if he doesn't use that as much, the better, okay? He does actually use it there, so Sukumon takes a bit more pain, which kind of sucks. But bearing in mind, guys, you know the Goblimon, the enemies in this game, they also have HP bars, okay? Or, sorry, obviously they have HP bars. They have MP bars as well. So this Goblimon can actually run out of energy if he uses too much damage on us. Here we go. It looks like we'll get a couple of hits from the back here. And what I think I'm going to do, guys, is rather than save up for a limit break, I'm actually just going to tell our guys to use their abilities, because this dude is almost close to being knocked the fuck out. If we can get our Toyoagomon to run in now, that would be great. And I think that both these guys are close enough to actually hit this guy with a wombo combo. He is almost dead, and there we go, we have it. Okay, so, interesting. It's nice to be able to enjoy the game right now, and be able to actually spend some time focusing on order commands rather than throwing recoveries. And I did have to use a lot more recoveries in that fight than I expected. We don't get amazing stats, but we do get better stats than we would training in the gym. So, we got 100 bits, which is the equivalent to 1 recovery item. I don't know if that's worth, but at the same time, it's not too bad. Now, I think if we were to go through and fight against the Auroramon level 3, we would also smash them. But it might be interesting to see how much stats we actually get from the Auroramon. Because if it's anything close to what we just got from these guys, then obviously it makes sense to fight against those dudes instead. So I think what we'll do is just do a bit of exploring for now. We're going to find the enemy that is right for us to train against and see how we get on. Now, if those Goblimon weren't strong enough for us, let's say we were getting like not enough stats from them, then there is Gotsumon or Goblimon along here as well in this little area, which I forgot what the name of this area is. Let me just check it real quick on the map. The old cableway. So we were in the old power plant. This is the old cableway. There is stronger Goblimon in there, and I guess we could fight those guys if we really wanted to. But for now, I'm going to head along to this part of Night Plains and see how much stats we can get from the Auroramon. I am guessing
I'm guessing that it's not going to be that much, but at the same time it's worth having a peek at because they will be level 3, and if we're getting the same amount of stats as we're getting in there against the Goblin one, it just makes sense to pound these guys and get free XP where we don't need to burn recoveries. And this way it would also let us pick up some money as well. So here we go. Auroramon, are you scared of us? Are you going to run away? I'm guessing that you will be running away. Yeah, you are. Which makes me think that we won't get too much from this guy, but we're going to try it anyway and see how we get on. I don't actually know what Auroramon usually drops. I think it's like green mushrooms or something. Luckily, up until this point, we haven't needed to use any of our MP abilities, which is quite good. I wonder if we could get a limit break off this fight. That would be pretty cool. Here we go. Who's up next? I can't see Electric Shoot. That's not going to be in range. We do get Toyagamon close to his limit break. In fact, is that enough? Yes, it is. Awesome. Let's use it. We'll see this for the first time. And it's good, again, whenever we can get through a fight without taking any HP damage, then it's great. Precious Flare is... I keep calling this guy Toyagamon, by the way, guys. I know he's a clear Agamon. It's just forgive me, alright? We've got a lot going on here. We've got Joe as the clear Agamon. We've got Sam as Sukimon. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. So we get little to no stats. This area is not going to be good for us to train in, unfortunately. But it was worth coming to check anyway, because you never know. We might have got like 10 stats across the board from that guy. I think it seems that our best bet is to either train in the old cableway or the power plant number 2 that we were in just a second ago. Now, if we are barely being able to beat the first Goblimon, I don't know how we would fare in a fight against the ones in the old cableway. Now, I'm thinking that the ones in the cableway will give us fantastic stats, but at the same time, it's probably going to take a few recovery items. Why don't we go in and give it a bash and see how we get on? I think... if we don't try, then we'll never know, sort of thing. And there is a chance that we go in here and smash this guy. That's not going to happen, but there is a chance. You never know. If we get our limit break off soon in the fight, then that would be fantastic. Because it will save us from wasting a bunch of recovery items and stuff that I don't want to be burning on these kind of early fights. Let's see how we get on against these guys. Another option that is available to us is to come back in the evening time and fight against the Jijimon and the Numemon in these kind of areas, because they are a little bit stronger than the daytime Digis. Now, this guy's level 8, he is marked as red, but I think that we can beat him. Once he runs out of MP, we will have a really easy time with this guy. Before he actually reaches us, I'm actually going to go into... No, am I going to get it? Okay, we just got it. I remembered that Joe here on the right, or on the left rather, the other right, doesn't have as much MP, so I just wanted to quickly give him an MP disc so that we don't have to do this in the fight and take our eyes kind of off what's going on. Sam is fine. Alright. Come at us, Goblimon level 8. What you got for us, buddy? Here we go. So we might end up getting destroyed by this guy, but I want to give it a go. As I said, it's all about getting our timings down. If we could have dodged that, it would have been fantastic, but it's fine. We have to take one in the butt, I guess. We'll throw a recovery at Toyagamon here. What we could do, guys, this is a strategy, if we were very desperate to do so. When this Goblimon goes in and uses this move, when he does the spin attack that does all the damage, it has a large wind-up, okay? And if you can predict that, you can actually tell, we could tell our Toyagamon to block. And when this Goblimon actually runs out of MP, we wouldn't have to be scared of him anymore. Now, let's see if we can actually pull that off here. I'm just going to make sure that L1 is actually the defend button. This guy looks like he's going in for his attack, so I'm going to hit defend and see if he can get it off in time. He does, and we take only 95 damage instead of whatever it was going to be that we normally take. Now, this dude doesn't burn through too much MP, which I'm kind of nervous about. I was really hoping that he would use something else there, but we'll tell Clear Agamon to defend again. Toy Agamon, I keep calling him that, but we block another bit of damage, which is good. This guy's down to half HP at this point, which is really, really good, or half MP. That's his regular attack. We don't have to be scared about that at all. And it looks like he's kind of close to Sukimon here, so we need to be careful of that. Our Clear Agamon's attack is just out of range. We're going to tell him to defend once again because here it comes. There's the big spin move. We take no damage. Really, really... this is like a slow and steady wins the race kind of strategy, guys. If you want to do things this way and you have no money but need to get stronger, this is definitely something you can do. Again, the wind-up for his animation is massive, so if you time it properly, you can actually kind of cheese this guy. Now, I will throw a recovery over at Sam here. We'll do this real quick. Make sure that he is topped up, because if he accidentally gets caught by the spinning move, it will fuck him up a little bit. Now, our guys are actually very close to their limit breaks, so if I can time this a little bit better, we can maybe do a double wombo combo. I need to get Sukimon up a little bit more, so if he goes in for the attack and we can time this properly, we should get it here. We do get it. Okay, double limit break time. Let's go. I think this should be enough to kill him, guys. Do we dare say it? Omae mo Shindairu. We get Bad Message and Precious Flare used in unison. I think this is going to be enough to whoop this guy's ass. And of course it is. Now let's look. So, in reflection, we get 150 bits from that fight. I think that we used about 3 small recoveries. Probably, maybe a wee bit more than that. I think we used 3 or 4. We get back 150 bits, which is 1.5 recoveries. So we're obviously losing money there. But look at the stats we get. Not incredible, in full honesty. It doesn't blow my mind. But we actually get a decent amount of wisdom, a decent amount of strength. In the case of, we actually get speed, wisdom and strength for our guys, and a tiny bit of HP as well. I kind of wish that we got a little bit more there, but at the same time, still quite good. Again, 1,000 times better than training in the gym. I don't know if we want to stay and fight against these guys for much longer. Do we dare take on the Black Gabumon? Do we dare do it? I think we might be getting above our pay grade, guys. I don't know if that's a good idea. Now, the reason that I'm nervous is because these guys can use Nightmare on us. Now, Nightmare's quite hard to predict. There is a nice kind of black glow about the ability, which is which kind of makes it easy to predict in a way, but there is no ball traveling across the screen, and there is a smaller wind up for it. If we could block the Nightmares, then it might be worth fighting this guy, but at the same time, I'm also not sure. We might end up getting destroyed. What I think we'll do is try and fight another Goblimon here, see how it goes, and then I'll decide what we're going to do after this. Now, I don't want to fight 2 at once. That is definitely not what I want. So we're just going to run across over here until we lose aggro. It might actually be too difficult to pull one of these guys at a time. Do we dare fight against the Black Gabumon? I'm kind of thinking that we do. Let's do it. Let's try one. We'll try one fight, guys. This will be the decider that'll help us understand if we can fight this guy or not. Now, obviously, again, we are trying to time our abilities as good as we can. Now, we actually get holy damage against this guy. Are you using Nightmare on us? I don't know. I'm going to block here. He's not actually not. Now, because Clear Agumon is a holy type, he gets extra damage against this Black Gabumon, which is really good. We got a timer there. This looks like Nightmare. Now, I think he's going for Sukimon and Sam. Oh no, he's not. He's actually just using his regular move again. So when this guy does this, we don't actually have to be scared. I think he's doing it again. No, that was Nightmare. So the one that I didn't block actually was the Nightmare, so that was poor by me. But you can see what I mean, guys. There is no massive wind-up to Nightmare, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm going to throw my regen disc at Toy Agumon here. Clear Agumon. Holy shit, that's... You guys, I hope we're not keeping... I hope I've not got a counter on the screen at this point, but... Okay, here is Nightmare coming. It's definitely on our little friend this time in the purple, so we're going to tell him to insta-block. He manages to actually get his defense off, which is great. And then here what I'm going to do is tell Toy Agumon to get some recovery items in him. Now, because Nightmare is actually AoE, guys, I'm pretty sure. So, luckily, as long as our guys stay apart from one another, we should be able to defend it. I think we actually block it there, which is great. And we should be able to kill this guy very soon. Again, Black Gabumon, very similar to the Goblimon, has an MP bar. So if we can pay attention to that... Is he going to use it again? No, he's not. That's just his regular move. I think we'll defend it anyway, because honestly, this fight's gone quite well so far. I think that once this guy uses Nightmare once more, he probably will have no energy left. So, in fact, it already kind of looks like he has no energy. As soon as he runs in here, I am going to make sure that we defend. I don't think he has enough energy to cast Nightmare. So, similar to us, when we had Nightmare unlocked, obviously, massive amounts of damage, but when we had Finn and Alex, we run out of energy so fast using it. That looks like it's going to be Nightmare, so I'm going to defend with Clear Agumon here. It's actually not. Sukimon has his limit break. I think we're just going to use it here. Give this guy a bad message. It actually looks like bad massage. Now, we could call it that if we wanted, but yeah, bad massage. There you go. Bit of the old neck break and stuff. Alright, so here, let's have a look at some of these stats. That fight was obviously controlled, again, very slow, guys. You need a lot of patience if you want to play the game this way, and I'm sorry if this is kind of boring, but I'm kind of taking you guys through how I would train normally. We won't have to take our fights as slow and steady as this as we gain stats. So remember, every 4th battle that we do against these kind of guys, we've done 2 already, right? So we're halfway there. Every 4 battles, we get about 100 stats to our strength, stamina, and speed. So as those go up, obviously our Digimon get stronger and stronger. The battles get they get shorter and shorter. So just remember that if you're sitting doing these, every single battle that you do, your Digimon are getting better and better and better. Okay. So if you're nervous about the length of time taken to grind, it is a little grindy this game, but it is also an RPG. So it's up to you guys whether you want to do things this way. Obviously you can head back to the city and train in the gym, but this is the fastest the fastest way in-game, not IRL, but the fastest way in-game to gain good stats. So here we go. We get a bunch of things, and we also get a regen disc, which is nice because I actually think we needed to use one in that fight, so we replenish that as well. I don't think we're going to make you guys sit through any more of these fights. The game has actually moved us to a really awkward spot. I really hope we're not in the middle of all these other black Gabumon here. We get a multiplication on the results, and we have to get our way out of it. No, we're fine. Okay, sound. Okay, panic and crisis over. That's pretty good, guys. I don't know if we could go and find other Digimon to fight. I guess we could go wandering, but really what I'm doing here is waiting for 4 PM to roll around so that we can actually challenge some of the evening Digimon. Let's pick up this. We've got about an hour in-game to kill, so let's wander around for a little bit longer. We do actually have a bit more time left in the episode as well. I'm actually going to harvest this liquid too. Wow. I like the animation for harvesting there with Sukimon. He does like a fucking triple front flip or some mad shit. Let's use meat again and see if we can actually... Again, we're still trying to imprint here, so here we go. Joe, do you accept that? No. We're going to try again. Joe doesn't like the item. We're going to scold him. Tell him, that's not going to fly here, my friend. And we get a bunch of stats. And they're completely full. So it looks like both these guys are really not digging the meat scenario, which is fine, you know. It is kind of to be expected that these guys would be little shits, but at the same time, they are very powerful. So, yeah. They're still tadpoles. You know, I'm not going to act like we're walking about with a Metal Greymon, blah, 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 but, yeah. I think they're on their way to being strong. Let's walk into the server desert, because honestly, I'm not too scared about what awaits us in there. These guys are going to run away from us as well, so, again, look at the difference. We had our champion Digimon running through this gap, and these guys would charge us. So the difference in power level already, pretty big. Let's see how we get on in the desert now. These guys are level 4, but they are only Gotsumon, and I don't know how scared we need to be of them. Let's fight against one. We're not going to get very good stats from this guy. I don't know if this guy has any powerful moves that we need to watch out for. Let's find out. There is only one way after all. So I'm just going to keep an eye. It looks like he's going for Toy Agumon right now. I'm going to actually put in a block command straight away in this fight just to see what this guy's going to do. He actually does the spin move that Gotsumon had. Okay, so important to know. So every time he goes in for an attack, we should kind of be wary that it could be the spin move. Here we go. It looks like he's coming in. No, he's not. We'll get the timing perfect there. And then he's going in for a move again. So I'm just going to tell Toy Agumon to... Or Clear Agumon. We should just boot up the save and get a Toy Agumon at this point. It would make things so much easier. Alright, Sukamon is very close to his ultimate. And yeah. If we actually wait a little second longer, we should get it right now. Okay, this looks like a AoE move, and if we're not careful, this might actually hit Sam as well. It doesn't. Perfect. Alright, so we'd actually dodge it. That's really, really nice. Okay, and then it looks like it's time for an ultimate, so let's actually throw this at him. Bad message. I don't know why, but these Digimon always seem to focus on our on Joe here for some weird reason. I don't know why they do that, but yeah. Is that enough to kill this guy? Yes, it is. Perfect. So quite a clean fight. We get one recovery disc, but the stats we get are pretty sucky. Not anything exciting at all. Fine, I guess. Now, we do want to wander through this desert. We don't really want to fight any more of these guys because it's really not worth our time at all. Obviously, it's nice to pick up the 22 stat points, but there is no way I'm going to do this over and over. I don't want to fight you, my friend, so I'm going to run past you. You're actually level 6, though. You're a tiny bit higher than the other Gotsumon that we fought against, so maybe that is worth considering, but I want to go on to the next area and see what level these guys are. Obviously, it is now past 4 PM as well, so we could technically head back and train against those little guys as well, but for the time being, I don't think we want to do that either. So, level 8 Shamamon, you are not marked in red, my friend, so let's see what you can do to us. Now, this guy has the spinning ability as well, I'm pretty sure, so we'll keep an eye on this as carefully as we can. I'm actually going to take my eye off the ball real quick to throw an MP disc at Clear Agumon here. Hopefully, we can get back in the saddle here. We do. Time that pretty good. Here's the AoE move. This is probably going to hit this guy, so we're going to... Okay, it's not actually. I thought that was... When he pulled back his club there, I thought he was ramping up for the big spin, but I think we're okay. Here we'll time this pretty good. I think we actually got a crit from the back there. That looks like Nightmare, and it looks like it's... I don't actually know who this is going to. I think it's going to this guy, so I'm going to guard here. I actually don't know what that was. I think that looked like Nightmare, but who knows. We will take that move in the bot because we can handle that. That looks like another evil move, so I'm going to defend yet again. I don't know what that is, guys. I don't know if that is Nightmare or if it's the spin attack. I don't actually think it's Nightmare. We hit him in the back here. Can we actually get anything powerful off here? He's close to death, but I think we'll just save up for the limit break. It just makes sense. And we'll defend yet again. So this is like a strategy you can do again, guys. It's kind of boring and it's kind of slow, but at the same time, it's definitely worth it if you don't have enough money. Tsukimon doesn't have enough energy just yet, but we're very close to beating this guy. And there he goes. Alright, how much do we get from this? This is probably one of the best ones, actually, now that I look at these stats. We get 24 wisdom, 95 MP to our guys, and a couple of extra stats across. Sam gets a boost to his strength, which is kind of nice, as does Joe, but Sam gets more. Okay, not a bad fight at all. Again, none of these stats are top tier, you know, they're nice, but they're not fantastic. I'm pretty sure that if we go even further into the desert, we will not be able to fight against anybody stronger than this. There is the Jijimon down here, which I'm considering fighting, just to see how we get on. This actually helped me remember as well, guys. I don't know if I've ever addressed this, but see down in the bottom right, we have this kind of new flashing symbol. I've never noticed this before, but I can imagine that would trigger a lot of random people. So what I'm going to do is just actually click through a bunch of these right now to try and get rid of that. Again, it's going to appear through the series, so if you can't make peace with it now, I don't know what to say, because it's going to repeatedly I mean, it's still there, for the love of Christ. This is why I thought that the Digimail was annoying, by the way. If you guys heard me moaning about the Digimail before, it's because of times like this. So, for some reason, none of these emails time out. They just sit there for forever. Ask Taomon. So, these are all the things that we did way back at the start. And there. We now have peace and quiet on our screen. I don't know if that, again, that might trigger some of you guys. You might not give a shit. I'm sorry that I've kind of drew attention to it now. So, if you weren't bothered before, maybe you will be at this stage. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. If I could turn off the Digimail, I would. And I don't think you can do that, but maybe that's something I need to check in the options. Let's see if we can fight. Why do you guys come in packs? You're only level 7 though. Interesting. I really don't want to fight two at once. Can you de-aggro, please? I don't think we can fight one of these guys at a time. I think that they just naturally trigger together. I mean, what you realise with these guys is they don't actually give us like a warning. They actually just... No, they're going to come together. Okay, fine. Not too bad, I guess. I was thinking about heading back to Nye Plains, but honestly, I think that some of these guys are the best guys we're going to be able to train against. I want to wander into this part of the map, actually, and find out who else we have accessible to us. He might charge us again. He's bringing his friend, unfortunately, so we'll just keep running. As long as one of our guys don't bump into him, we should be fine here. This is us going into the Tower Road part. I don't know if we will be able to find anybody useful in here, but yeah. What I'm trying to do here, guys, with this episode is just find a really good person to fight against, like a really good Digimon to train against, and then, you know, just kind of leave it so that I can do a bit of training off screen, and then you guys would not have to sit through all the battles. But I wanted to take you through as many as I could. Now, this guy's level 24, which I am absolutely terrified of. I really don't want to make the Jijimon mistake again and fight against this dude and not be able to tangle with him. I'm pretty sure if we head along to the other side of the desert, the enemies are a little bit weaker, but would still be good enough for us to fight against. Now that it's actually procced into nighttime, I want to check that these guys haven't changed, because yeah, you guys are still level 24, right? 24, okay, cool. Good to know. Now, I imagine that somewhere in this desert of dreams, there is the perfect, like, partner to train against, the perfect challenge partner. But for now, oh, we actually pulled this guy by himself. Interesting. Okay, so let's fight against the Jijimon, level 7. This guy's probably going to be quite tough, but if we can get our block move off, that would be great. I can't see him right now, which doesn't help. I'm going to try and time that good. We take a lot of damage there, unfortunately, so good to know that this guy actually hits like a truck. So if we can keep an eye on the blocks from now on, that would be massive. I'm going to throw another recovery and then try and pay attention to this guy. He actually hits us when I'm not on the screen, so that is the main problem with using like recovery items over and over. I think from here I'm just going to pay attention to this guy's attack, and once we get our next block off, I'm probably going to... In fact, let's do it now. Looks like he's going in. And we actually... Do we get stunned, I think? Yeah, we do. Now, I thought that we were in defensive mode there, and I think that we were because we didn't lose too much HP, but we are now stunned. So if he goes in for the attack now, we have to be careful. He's thrown a big, massive pile of dump at us, so we're going to defend. We're going to take that, and then we're going to use makes Sam go in for the counter. He gets a lot of points there, that's good. He's on his way to his ultimate. But it looks like he's now targeting onto Sam, so we'll make him defend. Was that an AoE ability? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it looks like he's swapped aggro, which is fine because this guy actually has a lot more HP. And we stun him as well. Fantastic. Alright, so if we can get some licks in now, that would be fantastic. Although it looks like our guys are using this moment to actually chill out a little bit. I timed that poorly yet again. Is he going to swap aggro? No, he's not. So we'll just go over here and defend. Play it nice and slowly. He actually cancels his attack there. Have we messed this up? No. Tsukimon actually does get her defense off, which is really, really good. And this guy's actually close to death. We could potentially... Okay, I missed that defend. That was bad by me. I was too busy concentrating on the power bar and instead I fucked up. Let's throw a recovery item over here. And then I think what we'll do is when we defend the next ability, which is coming up right now, we can actually kill this guy soon. So now that these guys are both in the corner, I'm actually just not going to wait for ultimates. We're just going to double whammy him and he should go down. If we can get this move off as well, that would be fantastic. In fact, you have your limit break, so why not do it in style? So because our Digimon is angry right now, our Tsukimon is angry, we actually can't access him. But hopefully that'll wear off in just a second. Toyagamon's about to take a shit in the face, so we're going to defend there. And then Tsukimon is up. Alright, another pretty good fight, guys. Pretty good. I don't know how much stats we'll get from this dude, but if it is the challenger that we are looking for, then I will probably do a little bit of training off screen. We'll probably do a little bit of a grind fest and see if we can get our stats up. Yes. Much, much better. Okay, so this is what we were kind of looking for, guys. Now, the problem with this enemy is that, obviously, this Jijimon is very hard to aggro one at a time. Okay, he sits with his friend, and it seems that coming in from this entrance, we were able to pull one, so maybe I can reset him doing that. Very, very good stats. That's what we were looking for right there. And we even get a boost as well. Now, cool. Good to know, guys. Let's praise up here. And I think that... what we will do is, rather than fight against that Jijimon right now, it's great that he's on his own, honestly, and I would love to fight him when he's like that. But I think what we will do is also travel across. So this guy was level... Oh, God, please. He's level 7. There's an orange banana, which I really want, so I'm going to come back for that once this guy de-aggros. Can you just relax, my friend? Okay, awesome. Off you go. All the way back to your house. Next to the bathroom, you creep. We're going to pick up this banana here. And we're just going to quickly, very quickly, peek into this area and see what level these guys are as well. Because if these fights are going to be quite similar, if they're not as threatening, then it would make a lot more sense to fight against one of these Jijimon. What level are you, my friend? You're level 20. Okay, so if we are fighting against a level 7 right now, and we are taking like maybe 2-3 minutes to beat him, then it is definitely... We definitely can't tangle with the level 20s, I don't think. So again, can we aggro one at a time from this side? I'm not entirely sure. No, it doesn't look like we can. Okay, cool. So this is kind of awkward. I'm kind of hoping if we run for far enough in this direction, these guys will de-aggro before the Goblimon aggro. They do. Okay, nice. Now we're just going to chill over here, and we'll let these guys de-aggro as well. Can you please? Okay, that was very close, because the loading screen is literally right there. So I'm going to let these guys go up, and then we're going to walk up towards the Goblimon, but kind of through the middle. We don't want to pull these guys on the left just yet. And we get pushed into this fight. Okay, so we're going to fight two of these guys at once, which is kind of entertaining. I don't know... I could... So the problem with this is that we now have to worry about 2 attacks coming in at once. So the defend key needs to be used a lot more often. This guy, it looks like he's actually going to get a hit off. So I'm going to tell Tsukimon to defend here as well. This is going to be a very slow fight, unfortunately, guys. I don't want to keep wasting defend time because we should really be focusing on attacking as well. Looks like this guy's going in for his attack, so I am going to tell Tsukimon to defend again. Toyagamon's going to take a big hit here, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm going to throw a recovery item at him. I think what we will actually tell him to insta-defend again as well, because this Goblimon at the back is trying to hit him. I think we're going to throw an attack plug into this fight, guys. Our Tsukimon is currently confused, which is a massive problem. And I'm going to throw 2 recovery items in here as well. So this is going to take a lot more concentration, and honestly, the stat bonuses that we're going to get from this fight are not that much better. Agumon, you're fine, and Tsukimon, you're fine as well. Perfect. I don't think we needed to defend there, but we did it anyway. And now we only have 1 left. So you guys will see as well. I'm glad I banged into this fight, because this is another bit of a teaching, I guess. Is the only way I can describe it. But another tip I can give you guys is that don't fight 2 guys at once, because as you will see from this fight, the stats that we get probably won't be that much better than when we fought 1 Goblimon. we probably will get a bit of a boost, but at the same time, it's not going to be amazing. Now, you guy, you look like you're about to hit us with the big whammy, so I'm just going to defend here. And then I'm going to use our limit break. And that should be the fight over, in all honesty. It's not a fight I wanted to take, but maybe it'll pay off. Let's see what kind of stats we get. I think this has been quite a long, kind of strenuous episode, guys, so what I think I will do here, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. See the stats? They're better, but they're not amazing. Not worth to fight two of those guys at once and give yourself a mountain of stress. What I'm going to do here, folks, is I am going to probably end up the episode here. This has been an exploratory episode, I guess, or an explorative. I don't know how you would pronounce that, but yeah, what I think I'm going to do is probably do a tiny bit of grinding against these guys before the start of the next episode. We'll get our rookies up a little bit stronger. Obviously, I will record the entire process so that if anything exciting happens in between, you know, like we pick up a new move or we digivolve or anything crazy like that, then I will show you guys ASAP. So don't worry about missing anything. All I will be doing is grinding, getting our stats up a little bit. I won't overgrind to the point where, you know, we're ready to beat the game with our 2 rookies. That's not what I'm intending. I'll probably do like 4 battles, you know, just give our guys a little bit more stats, give them a little bit more room to breathe. And yeah, hopefully prepare them a little bit better for the next episode so that we can go on and fight even stronger enemies and do some more fun stuff like that. So I hope this was like an educational episode, I guess. Let me know what your thoughts are. We played these fights very kind of slow and steady, but you can see again the amount of stats that we're getting from it are insane. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next episode. I look forward to all that madness, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.